The village was silent. Smoke still rose from broken houses. The sound of crying slowly faded into the night. In the middle of this silence, a man walked alone. His name was Ren. He was not shouting. He was not angry. He was calm, too calm for a man who had just survived war. People watched him from behind broken doors. They whispered one question: how can a man stay calm after seeing death? Ren did not answer. He never did. Ren was not born strong. As a child, he was afraid of many things. Afraid of loud voices. Afraid of pain. Afraid of being judged. Other boys laughed at him. They said, "You are too soft." Those words stayed with him, not in anger, but in silence. One day, Ren saw something that changed his life. A group of warriors passed through the village. They were tired. Their armor was damaged, but one of them stood out. An old samurai walked slowly, eyes calm, face empty of fear. Ren looked at him and felt something strange. This man was not strong because of his body. He was strong because nothing inside him was shaking. Ren followed him. The samurai noticed the boy. He asked one simple question: "Why are you following me?" Ren answered honestly, "I am tired of being weak." The samurai looked at him for a long time. Then he said, "Weakness is not removed by strength. It is removed by truth." Ren did not understand, but he stayed. That night, Ren was not given a saw. He was not trained. He was told to sit alone in the dark forest. No fire, no food, no comfort. The samurai said only one thing: sit with your fear until it stops talking. Ren's heart raced. Every sound felt dangerous. Every shadow felt alive. His mind created stories. This is how weakness speaks. Hours passed. Ren wanted to run, but something inside him changed. He realized something painful. Fear was not outside him. Fear was inside him, and it had been controlling him for years. When he stopped fighting it, it slowly became quiet. At sunrise, the samurai returned. He looked at Ren's eyes. He nodded. "This is the first step of Bushido," Ren asked. "What is Bushido?" The samurai answered, "It is the way that destroys weakness before weakness destroys you." Bushido was not a fighting style. It was a way of living, and it was not taught too many, because it was dangerous. Ren learned the first forbidden rule: accept the worst before it happens. If a man accepts loss, loss cannot control him. If a man accepts death, death loses its power. This rule alone broke many students. Ren stayed. Days turned into months. Ren trained his body, but more than that, he trained his reactions. When insulted, he stayed silent. When tired, he continued. When praised, he did not smile. This confused others. But Bushido was working. The samurai explained. Most men are slaves to feeling. Bushido frees you from feeling. Ren understood. Weak men wait to feel ready. Bushido men act anyway. One day, Ren saw a strong warrior fall. The man was skilled, fast, powerful, but when surrounded, he panicked. Fear returned, and fear killed him. Ren watched silently. Bushido is learnt through watching reality. That night, Ren asked, "Can fear ever disappear?" The samurai answered, Fear stays, but it no longer decides. That was the difference. Ren changed. People noticed. He spoke less. He listened more. He moved with purpose. Weakness started leaving him quietly, not with noise, not with anger, with discipline. Soon, Ren faced his first real test, a small battle. Others were nervous, hands shaking, voices loud. Ren was calm. He did not rush. He remembered. Bushido, do your duty. Accept the result. He survived. After the battle, someone asked him, "Were you not scared?" Ren answered, "I was, but fear did not lead me." That was Bushido, but Bushido had a price. Ren began to feel distant from others. Friends wanted comfort. He chose discipline. Friends wanted excuses. He chose responsibility. This path was lonely. The samurai warned him, "Bushido will separate you, because weakness loves company." Ren accepted this. Loneliness was easier than weakness. One night, the samurai shared the truth. This method was hidden because rulers fear men like this. A man who does not fear loss cannot be controlled. A man who needs nothing cannot be bought. Ren finally understood. Bushido was not about honor stories. It was about creating men who stand firm in chaos. But this was only the beginning, the hardest. Lessons were still ahead. Lessons that would force Ren to choose between safety and truth. As the night ended, the samurai said, "Tomorrow you will learn the rules that most men refuse to follow." Ren did not ask questions. He simply bowed. Ren did not feel proud. After his first battle, others praised him. They said he was brave. They said he was talented. Ren felt nothing. Bushido had already taught him one thing. Praise is dangerous. Praise makes a man depend on others, and dependence is weakness. The old samurai watched Ren closely. One morning, he spoke again. "You removed fear. Now you must remove comfort." Ren did not understand. Comfort felt harmless, but Bushido sees deeper. Ren was given a strange task. For 7 days, he would train alone. No teacher, no friends, no encouragement, only rules. The first rule was simple: wake before the sun. Not because it was useful, but because it was uncomfortable. Every morning, Ren's body begged him to sleep. Every morning, Bushido asked a question: who is in? Control the body or the mind? Ren failed on the 3rd day. He woke late. No. One punished him. The samurai said nothing. That silence was heavy. Ren felt ashamed. Bushido does not shame you. It makes you see yourself clearly. The second rule came. Next, eat only what is needed. Not pleasure, not desire, just enough. Ren realized how often he used food for comfort. Bushido removed that. Habit, slowly, painfully, the samurai explained. Desire creates weakness. Weak men chase pleasure. Strong men control it. Ren began to understand. Bushido was not cruel. It was honest. The third rule hurt the most. Never lie to yourself, Ren had to write. His failures every night. No excuses. No stories, just truth. I was lazy. I avoided pain. I chose comfort. This was harder than battle. Ren realized something. Most men lie to survive emotionally. Bushido removes emotional shelter. It forces growth. Days past, Ren became quiet. Others thought he was sad. He was not. He was focused. One day, another student quit. He said Bushido was too extreme. The samurai replied calmly, "Weakness always finds a reason." Ren stayed. The fourth rule was revealed through action. Do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Ren was given responsibility over supplies. He could steal. No one would know. He did not Bushido builds character in silence. Ren noticed a change. He no longer waited for motivation. He acted because it was correct. Motivation became irrelevant. Then came the rule that separated. Men stand alone if needed. Ren was told to train apart from others. Isolation returned. Loneliness whispered. Again. But this time, Ren did not listen. Bushido had strengthened him. The samurai spoke clearly. Crowds feel safe. Truth feels lonely. Ren accepted this. During another mission, chaos erupted. Orders were shouted. Fear spread. Ren did not rush. He observed. He acted when needed. Bushido had trained response, not reaction. After the mission, someone asked, "How? Do you stay calm?" Ren answered simply, "I am not calm. I am controlled." Comfort was leaving. Ren, excuses were dying. Discipline was growing. But Bushido was not finished. The samurai warned him one night, "The next lesson will cost you something important." Ren did not ask. What Bushido does not explain everything. Early that night, Ren realized something painful. Bushido was changing who he could be with. Friends wanted easy paths. Ren walked a hard one. Still, he did not turn back. Weakness was louder behind him. As dawn came, the samurai spoke one last line. "Tomorrow, you will learn why Bushido makes men dangerous." Ren closed his eyes. He was ready. Ren felt it before it happened. Something heavy was coming. Bushido. Always warned before it tested. The old samurai called Ren at night. No lanterns. No witnesses. Only silence. The samurai spoke slowly. Everything you learned so far was preparation. Ren listened. Now you will learn the rule that most men refuse. The samurai asked a question. Why do men obey? Ren answered carefully. Because they are ordered. The samurai shook his head. No, because they are afraid of consequences. This truth stayed with Ren. Fear of loss, fear of pain, fear of rejection. Bushido removes fear of consequences. The next rule was revealed. A Bushido man follows principles, not people. This rule was dangerous. It could break careers. It could destroy safety. That is why it was hidden. Ren was not tested with words. He was tested with reality. A command arrived. The group was ordered to punish. A village. The reason was unclear. The order was clear. Ren walked through the village. He saw old faces. He saw children. No weapons. No threat. Bushido spoke quietly inside him. This is wrong. Others waited for Ren. They knew his discipline. They trusted his judgment. Ren had a choice. Obey and stay safe. Refuse and lose Everything. Ren refused. Not loudly, not proudly, but calmly. This angered authority. A man who does not obey creates questions. Questions are dangerous. Ren was accused of disobedience. He was isolated, watched, whispered about, but something unexpected happened. Others started thinking. Bushido spread silently. The samurai visited Ren. He said only one thing: accept all outcomes. Ren did. This was freedom. Ren was called before leaders. They asked, "Do you regret your choice?" Ren answered, "No." The room went silent. They expected fear. They saw none. This frightened them. A man who accepts loss cannot be controlled. Ren was exiled. No honor. No reward. Just distance. Bushido had warned him. Ren walked alone into the wild, cold, hungry, but calm. Weak men fear loneliness. Bush's ATO embraces it. Days turned into months. Ren trained alone. No praise, no guidance, only self-honesty. Ren realized something deep. Most people follow rules to avoid responsibility. Bushido demands responsibility. One night, Ren faced doubt. Not fear, doubt. Doubt, was this path worth it? Bushido answered with silence. Ren stayed. War returned. Authority needed. Ren again. They came quietly. They did not apologize. Fear made them humble. Ren listened. He helped. Not for approval, for duty. In battle, Ren was clear. No emotion, no hesitation. Bushido was alive in him. After victory, offers came. Titles, security, comfort. Ren refused. Comfort was the old enemy. Ren understood now. Bushido does not create rebels. It creates men who choose truth. As Ren walked away, one thought remained. A man who owns his choices owns himself. Ren did not return after the war. He chose distance, not because he was angry, but because he understood something important. Power changes people. Bushido teaches distance from power. Years passed. Japan entered a new phase. Less war. More order. People wanted peace. But peace has a price. Strong men are uncomfortable and peaceful. Systems, leaders noticed a pattern. Men trained in deep Bushido did not follow blindly. They asked questions. They refused wrong orders. They accepted consequences. This made control difficult. So Bushido was changed. Not openly. Quietly, the hard parts were removed. No more teaching about accepting death, standing alone, questioning authority. What remained looked safe. Beautiful words. Clean rules, but no sharp edge. Ren watched this from afar. He saw young warriors talk about honor, but they feared loss. They feared shame. They feared discomfort. Bushido without pain creates weak men. One day, Ren met an old friend. The man wore clean armor. He spoke loudly. He bragged about loyalty. Ren listened when tested. The man hesitated. Fear controlled him. Ren said nothing. The friend asked, "Why do you stay away?" Ren answered, "Because Bushido became comfortable." Comfort kills discipline slowly. Soon Bushido schools appeared. They taught manners, not mastery. They taught obedience, not judgment. Leaders smiled. This Bushido was safe. Society changed. People avoided discomfort. They chased ease. Excuses became normal. Ren saw fear return. Not fear of death, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being alone. This fear was softer but more dangerous. Bushido was never about war. It was about inner strength. When inner strength disappears, outer order becomes fragile. Ren remembered his master's words. When discipline fades, systems replace strength. Rules replaced responsibility. People became busy, but not strong. Connected, but not grounded. Ren realized the truth. Bushido was hidden because it made men free. Free men are difficult to manage. Years later, Ren was old. A young man found him. The young man asked, "Is Bushido dead?" Ren smiled slightly. "Bushido sleeps. Men woke it before. Men can wake it again." Ren explained, "Bushido does not need swords. It needs honesty. It needs courage. It needs sacrifice." The world changed, but human weakness stayed the same. That night, Ren left no book, no instructions, because Bushido cannot be copied. It must be chosen. As dawn arrived, Ren walked away, not as a hero, as a reminder that strength was once normal, that discipline once mattered, that men once stood firm without needing permission. Bushido was hidden not because it failed, but because it worked too well. Ren was old now. His hands were slow. His steps were careful, but his eyes were clear. Bushido does not keep the body young. It keeps the mind strong. The world around him had changed. There were no swords, no armor, no battlefields. But Ren saw something familiar. Weakness, not loud weakness. Quiet weakness. People did not fear death anymore. They feared failure, judgment, being alone. These fears controlled their choices. Bushido still had answers. One evening, a young man sat near Ren. The young man looked tired, not from work, from life. He asked, "How can I be strong today?" Ren did not answer quickly. Bushido teaches through clarity. Ren spoke slowly. "Strength today is not loud. It is quiet." He explained the first rule again. Take full responsibility. No excuses. No blaming. A Bushido man says, "This is my fault. This is my duty." This removes weakness fast. The second rule returned. Do hard things daily. Not big heroic acts. Small ones. Wake early. Keep promises. Train when tired. Comfort is the new enemy. The third rule was clear. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Bushido does not ask how you feel. It asks what must be done. Ren continued. Control emotion. Do not obey it. Anger destroys judgment. Fear delays action. Pleasure steals discipline. Bushido keeps emotion in its place. The young man listened closely. Ren spoke the hardest rule. Stand alone when needed. Truth often isolates. Weakness loves crowds. Bushido accepts loneliness. Finally, Ren shared the final truth. Do what is right, even if it costs you. No reward. No praise, only self-respect. This builds an unbreakable mind, the young man asked. Is this not too hard? Ren smiled slightly. Weakness is harder. Bushido does not promise happiness. It promises clarity. Clarity removes confusion, Ren explained. Why most people reject Bushido. It asks for sacrifice. It removes comfort. It gives no applause, but it gives freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from weakness. Ren stood up slowly. He said one last thing. Try one rule. Weakness will fight back. That is how you know it works. The young man bowed. Ren walked away. Bushido did not end with Ren. It began again. Every time someone chose discipline over comfort, truth over approval, duty over ease. The forbidden Japanese method was never truly forbidden. It was ignored because it demands too much. As the story ends, one question remains. Will you destroy weakness? Or will you protect it?